DOTE.
Welcome to the tutorial, the basic tutorial of how to install DOTE on your computer. And this is a basic video tutorial, but there is a more advanced one that deals with specific aspects of installation and also problems and settings and other important features. So this is just the basic video to get started. And as you can see here, this is a download page which is on our web shop. You can just click free download, for example, at the top, and you'll open this. And this is the simplest way to get access to your a release version that you need to install on your computer. We do keep a history of an archive of releases on our GitHub repository, but this is the quickest way of getting that without having to worry about those. A lot more information there. And here on this download page you can see it has Windows 10 and 11. We support both, and you can just click the download button and you'll download the installation file. And then for Mac, for older Macs, the Intel CPU you can download, and we do support it's not here, but it is when by the time that you get to see this video, Apple Silicon, which will be much faster, dedicated for that particular chip, and that's the M1, M2, M3, etc. So you just click the button for the operating system that you desire, and then a slightly different installation for Windows versus Apple. And you can find more details here if you click the download link about installation. You'll get a page like this, which is on our help guide, and this will give you more information about installing and possible problems, and I'm going to mention one or two of those in this video and in the advanced video. And then there's also instructions of how to unlock, and that's in a separate tutorial video about how to unlock DOTE Pro if you've bought a license or gained a license to use for your personal use. You can find here earlier releases on an archive, and then also there is a demo project that you could download, but that's for another video introducing that about how to get started on a project. That's a project we've already prepared. And here you can see in the guide is about the demo project that's linked there, giving some instructions about how to import that demo project. And that's the basis often of many of our tutorials, our video tutorials. Okay, so that's how to get and then save that onto your computer. It's not too large, it's about 100 megabytes. And on the basis of that you can install on Windows. All you have to do is double click that file on your computer, and then you should be able to install directly, and Windows should do that quite quickly. You'll see a little dynamic icon telling you how it's progressing, and it shouldn't take more than 10 to 20 seconds to install. And on the basis of that, you shouldn't have to worry unless you have a computer that your IT department has administrator rights for, which means that you don't have admin rights. And that means you yourself, there's nothing to do with DOTE. That's simply to get an installation, you're going to have to ask permission for DOTE and to be installed on your computer. So please contact your IT services if you need to do that. The same is true for Apple. In Apple, there may be some control of your Apple computer, your Mac, your MacBook, and it may also be that you don't have full admin rights, or you do, but you do have to give permission for every installation. So what you do in the Mac, all you do is just double click the download that you made, and then drag and drop the package into your application folder, and that will install it. But it may not run, and it may give a warning because you haven't yet given rights for this software to run, because your IT department may control your Macintosh computer, your Apple computer. So what you need to do is often you have to click the unlock icon under the privacy settings, and then from there you'll be able to say, yes, I do allow DOTE to run. And you may or may not have the rights to do that, but talk to your IT department if you don't. If it's your own computer, then you may have full rights and you'll just be able to install it directly and it will work straight off. So please be aware these aren't issues to do with DOTE, they're to do with the IT departments and control that other administrators have over your computer. Okay, once you've got it installed, and that shouldn't take too long, you'll see an icon, a DOTE icon will appear on your desktop, and you'll be able to double click that and start DOTE. And when you do, what you'll see, of course, if you want to use the free version, you can use that, but if you want to use the DOTE Pro and you've bought the license or managed to gain a copy of the license, as for example, you are a student in Aalborg University, then all you need to do is follow the license, applying the license to upgrade to DOTE Pro. There's a video tutorial for that. So when you run DOTE, what you'll see is when you run it, you'll open up a window like this. And this window is the basic window to get started. It's not one that you'll see very often. You only really see it the first time you run. And it gives you some idea of what DOTE is, and then it has 3 options. And there's some choices in the menu above. And this is a Windows version I'm using here, but it's almost identical on the Mac. And what you can do is open an existing transcript if you have any. And of course, if you've started for the first time, you won't have anything. You could start a new project straight off, but it's probably best to download the demo project, the Lego project that we've made, and import it. And there's a few instructions underneath here. So if I click import, you'll see I've actually got that file there, which I downloaded. It's quite large, nearly 1.4 gigabytes. And that, when I import that, it will ask me where, and what I've done is I've put it here in the My Projects folder here on a SSD drive, so it's very fast access. And I've already done that. Here I'm just showing you what would happen if I did select that, and then I said open. It would ask me, okay, where do you want that? Select the directory, and there is no current directory. It's currently exactly where it is. You might want to choose a different place, and then give it a name. So I'm not going to do that because I've already done that. And then you could open up an existing transcript. If you click that, you can see here it's not just showing you where the application is stored on Windows, but if I click this, I've already prepared some bookmarks. Then you can see that project, that the Lego demo project with 7 transcripts has already been imported, and it's stored in the My Projects. If I click My Projects, you'll see DOTE Lego project, and that's this listing. Oh, and you can take a look at the about working with transcripts and opening transcripts tutorial and projects to be able to figure out the structure that's here, showing you many different views of your transcripts and your projects in DOTE. And then we could click one of those and then start to open. If I cancel, you could also create a new project, and that asks, well, what's your project name, what's the transcript name, what conventions do you want to use, and where's the parent folder, like where do you want this to be stored. In this case it might be in My DOTE Projects, but you can store your projects in multiple locations, and take a look at the projects tutorial for how to do that. And also warnings about don't use cloud services like Dropbox, etc., because that can cause problems with synchronization and corruption of your transcripts or projects, especially if more than one person is accessing at the same time, which is a very, very bad idea. Okay, so those are the choices, and I'm just going to say, okay, let's see what happens if I'm actually going to start and I want to open, and I've already got my project, and let's have a look at the free demo. And there it is, and that's loaded up, all ready to go with everything ready. I'm just going to pull this one here down so we can see it better. That's everything ready to go in the project, and so please refer to other videos about how to use the editor on the right here, the timeline, the video panels, the video cues, the sync codes, the media manager, version control. There's a lot to learn in all the other video tutorials, so we'll stop here on this basic introduction to installing and getting started with DOTE.